let's talk about the recent news of the last month. It shows that there is evil in the world. It shows that people will do bad things. The question is, are you going to be the counteracting force of bad things when it happens? This is not a call to do anything, call to violence or anything like that. This is a question of, are you a counterbalance to the evil in the world? In that, if somebody is doing something to hurt other people, do you have the capacity to help? We're not going to talk about skills. We're not going to talk about individual items. We're just going to talk about heart set, mindset, and if you physically have the capacity to run in and render aid or help somebody out of a freeze moment. Are you winning the argument with the alarm clock? Do you have the capacity to say, no, I'm getting up first thing in the morning? Do you have the capacity to wiggle? Do you have the capacity to get up and not be late for events and engagements and work? If you do, that is the first step to being able to have the mindset to go forth and do some good. There's the reaction of fight or flight or freeze. And if you'll look at the filming of incidents that happens, fights outside of a bar or bad things happening that possibly could be stopped by the 30-something people standing around filming an incident, I would bet that is a freeze mindset that's happening, because they're not fighting and they're not flighting, but they don't know what to do, so they immediately go for their comfort item, their phone. If you're not winning the argument with your alarm clock in the morning, you're not going to win the argument with your lizard brain sympathetic nervous system that says either run away or freeze. If you're not actively working that muscle that says we're going to do something that scares us, you're not going to be the hero you think you are. You're not going to have the heart set or the mindset to go to the sound of gunfire. Now, if you have your family with you, if you have your kid or your wife or your girlfriend or somebody whose duty it is for you to protect them, should you go in and handle something? I wouldn't. My priority is in front of me, directly with me. But if I'm out by myself, I'm a lot more likely to be of the thought process of nobody's going to do anything. This is me, time to step in. How many times have you driven by a car on fire and called 911 only to know that nobody has called and you're sitting in a line of traffic? There's 30 people watching and no one has called 911. How many times have you seen somebody on the side of the road with their flashers on, their four-ways or whatever you want to call them? You stop to check on them, and the first thing they say is, "Thank you for stopping. I've been here for 30 minutes and nobody stopped." No one's going to step in for you. No one's going to step in for a stranger unless you decide to be the one to do it. Is that always the best decision? That's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is, can you have the capacity to stop and help in any situation, be it an act of evil and violence and the horrible ugliness of what some monsters can do that we've seen manifest in Texas and New York? Or are you gonna stop and help the person that has a flat and is waiting on AAA or needs help? Are you gonna stop and help them? If the answer is no, start with the little stuff. Start getting the mindset of when somebody looks like they need help, but they're scared to ask for it, because most people are scared to ask for help. Just help them. The shorter lady at the store, the shorter guy or whatever at the store, looking at a higher shelf, just simply ask, hey, do you need me to grab something for you? Odds are, yeah. You're going to exercise a bunch of different muscles, like the help muscle, or the asking people if they need help muscle, or just talking to people and being pleasant and being nice. Because if you don't have the ability to just say, hey, I like your shirt, it's a cool shirt, and strike up a conversation with a stranger, if you don't have that, odds are you don't have the ability to go forth into harm's way and help somebody. Just some thoughts. Today was back day. Did lat pull downs, regular grip and reverse grip. Regular grip, it was 4 sets of 10 at 55 pounds. Reverse grip was 2 sets of 20 at 47 and a half pounds. Low rows at, I think it may have been 50 pounds. I'm gone off that since my brain started thinking about what we first talked about. But I also did bent over rows and shrugs at 70 pounds. That wasn't what was on my heart to talk about. But I have to account because that's what I said I was going to do. Took a couple of days off because I had to watch after boy. No gym those days. I'm fine with that because we did plenty of the physical things. We did the walks. Rest days aren't days to sit around. Rest days are to gather your thoughts and let your body catch up, but to stay moving. So, something to think about. Do you have the heart set and mindset to help? If not, just fucking get there. Because we need some counterbalance to the evil in the world. And nobody's gonna fucking do it if you don't.